Heck, if I bug out around 9, don't be upset.
Oh, I won't be upset. Maybe the viewers will be.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Amazing Scale Modelers, across the pond hangout. I'm your host, Scratch and Jack. Amazing Scale Modelers is a Google Plus and Facebook community of scale modelers, reaching across all scale modeling genres, mediums, and to encourage some friendships from around the world. And today we hope you find it to be an important source of information about the hobby, hear about something new, and see firsthand the scale modeling experience. Joining me today are the usual suspects, doing all these kinds of things, and I'm the one with the hair. And if you want to join us, the live chat is open, and I do incorporate what is said there into the broadcast. Even if you don't have a camera and mic, you can still speak your mind. So bring your questions, comments, all are welcome today. And don't forget to like, to subscribe, and comment and suggest, because I was demonetized. Anyway, that was because I was demonetized. I don't know. Google's fun. Google's just fun. Anyway, today is a very special day because it's March 17th, and my fair city, Pittsburgh, is the fourth largest St. Patrick's Day parade in the country, only following New York, Chicago, and Boston, not particularly in that order, but being a city about a tenth of those cities, being fourth is actually being first place for us. So I wore my Irish T-shirt, let the shenanigans begin. And I'm sure Bob recognizes it because it sells for $5 over at Walmart. Anyway, I got my green on, and I could see that everybody else is not. I've always been the one that sticks out of the crowd anyway. But moving on, just to reiterate, the community does have let me bring the mic over here a little closer. We do have a community builds. Wooden build, that would be a wood model kit. I got mine. And Real Space, I'm ordering it today, and we'll be getting it soon. And I already have the naval kits, so Navy, naval, nautical boats, anything to do with the water. So even if it's like a, I don't know, an F-15 off of an aircraft carrier, sure, the Navy flies. In fact, our Navy has the biggest Air Force, I think, in the world, oddly enough. Even our Air Force is smaller than the Navy's Air Force. In fact, I think the Navy's Air Force is as big, if not bigger, than the Army, Marines, and the Air Force combined. I just found that weird fact out. Just came across me this past week. Hey, I miss you guys. I haven't been here for a month. And last week, Liam did a fine job, didn't he?
Yes, he
did an excellent job.
Yeah, I mean, he's got higher ratings than I do. I guess. I don't know. I feel a little threatened right now.
Read into that what you will.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So I'm going to pop over to the the live chat and see who's around. Bob. Good morning, Bob. But Bob's here too. Okay, moving forward. How you doing, Bob?
Good morning.
Oh, gee, contain yourself. The energy.
It's dark outside.
It's still dark outside. It's actually pretty sunny here right now.
Yeah.
It's winter still, though. It's still sunny.
So, with the Discovery model coming out, I was thinking to myself, I had not seen this in probably 25 years. So I got myself a fresh copy.
Good.
2001.
Nice.
Visually stunning, boring story-wise. I watch most of it and fast forward.
There's hardly any script in it. It's just a lot of visuals. Yeah.
You watch it for the view.
Right.
It's that fast-paced editing. I can't keep up with it.
I know. It's like, I remembered it being a better movie than
yeah, they used the Blue Danube waltz to slow it down, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's like got that for reference more than anything else. Then I'm working on this other little project. I don't know if you guys are aware of it.
Little. Says as he hifts it up both hands.
Little. You call that little? Nah, that's not little.
That hustler, yeah.
That's little.
Hold on. And I do screen share because you can see it better in the screen share.
Like the metallic finish.
Yeah, that's all. This is the last we saw.
Yeah, please do screen share.
It's a beautiful.
Gee, that's a really nice card you have there. Where'd you get that?
I don't know where it came
Oh,
from.
yes.
Yeah, you really ought to clean the tables up.
Well, this one's a little better though.
Jack's talking about the one under the port engine there. Oops, no.
Oh, that's a better card. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, look at that.
Very cool.
That's one of those little metal badges for your car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Found on Amazon. I'm going to incorporate into the base.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Little chrome badge.
That is beautiful.
But just to give you a reference to scale, there's the Spirit of St. Louis sitting in front of the Hustler.
Are they the same scale?
They're the same scale.
Nice.
Woo. Yeah.
Since Jimmy Stewart played in St. Louis and
I think they'd only,
playing, my model did Jimmy Stewart flew, then I thought it was appropriate. Just to give you an idea of scale.
I think there's something like, what, 30 years between those two in real life?
This was all painted with the AK Interactive Extreme Metal paint.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
And there's a Starfighter to give it again.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. If you're an aviation fanatic, this is eye candy for sure.
I've been following this build, Boss. Actually, that was actually one of my first kits after I did the Hornet. Someone gave me a 148 scale Hustler. Boy, that was a pain in the ass.
Wow.
That the AK seems to have like a warmer finish to it than.
Is that the lighting or is that the painting?
It's both. It's the lighting more than. When I took this, I had to fight to keep the white balance because it didn't. The chrome tried to throw the white balance off.
Yeah.
It's just when I seen the F-104 sitting beside it there. It was it done with AK or was it done with Alpha?
No, that was done with color chrome bumper paint.
Oh yeah.
Is that Brigadier General Stewart in the aircraft there?
Excuse me.
Oh,
Yeah,
whatever.
Back up here to the top.
Would you build
I think
for
if
them?
God damn.
Yeah, I really should stop drinking. I'm showing doubles and everything.
Looks great.
Too many planes.
Nothing wrong with airplanes.
There.
Or there's Jimmy Stewart.
This was the plane that he flew.
Brigadier General.
Promotional deal. I was working on a pilot there.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, she's all finished.
God damn.
What you need to do now is a 48 scale B-52, like the one that he took a check ride in over Vietnam.
Mm.
Yeah, I saw that kit out. I was real interested. It's really not much bigger than the 72nd B-36 is. So it's big, but it's not huge. Well, it is huge.
The wingspan is the biggest giveaway when it comes to the B-52. I mean, I
Is the Hasegawa
Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt.
47D. My next project. Started in a couple of days. And the video for the B-58 should be up in about an hour, I think it was. An hour and a half, it should be ready. It's uploading as we speak. And that's all I've got.
Yeah, where'd you get those? Where'd you get that kit?
Which one?
The Thunderbolt.
Not not the Hasagawa one, the other one. I'm not really paying too close attention. No, not that one. The one that you built.
The Hustler?
Oh, the Hustler?
The Hustler, yes.
Hustler, that's a Revell monogram kit.
Where'd you get it?
Unfortunately, it's not in production right now.
Yeah, where'd you get it?
I got this one either off of eBay or at a show. I don't really remember anymore.
Oh, okay.
I bought it a long time ago.
That's not big, Joe. That's huge.
It's not in production. Lindbergh makes a slightly smaller one in 1/64 scale, and Revell also used to do a 1/72 scale one.
Oh, gee.
Hard out there for a hustler.
Somebody, I think, I can't remember, it's Hobby Boss of Canada, do a 124 scale one, which
Yeah,
would
might be.
slightly more manageable for me.
But yeah, it's a cool plane. I mean, it was a Mach 2 plane. It came during that, right in the middle of that whole Century series of fighters, where everything was about speed, go faster, 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 and I like playing with that natural metal finishes. If I do say so myself, I think I'm getting kind of good at it.
Good at it. It's bloody fantastic, mate.
The simple technique I think I found is you're doing the black gloss space under it as I'm painting it on. I'm using a 0.2 needle in my airbrush, and I'm just going up and down.
Mm.
And it creates like a striation in the paint, which gives you that metal look, which I found by accident, and it seems to work. So I'm happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all I got going right now. Say,
all right.
The movie I've been watching.
Very cool.
I'm starting.
Very cool. You working today?
No. I don't know why, but I'm not.
Nice. I know what you're doing.
It's one of those things where you don't say anything, you just keep your head down and hope nobody notices.
Yeah.
Teacher, you forgot to give us homework today.
Yeah.
What do you mean we gave you off on Saturday? That's not right. I turned my phone off too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Always claim your battery today. Yeah, there you go.
Somebody forgot to come in, and we're shorthanded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't answer your phone today.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Thank God for caller ID.
Yeah.
All right, moving forward, somebody who is I think he started the broadcast saying he doesn't have any time. How you doing, Lou?
Oh, it's me. No, I just need to bug out a little early. I'm doing good. I have a testament to the power of putting things off or patience or perseverance or whatever. It was pointed out to me that it has been 3.5 years since I started this kit. But I am working on Christopher Johnson this week, and the first video of me putting this together is dated like 3.5 years ago. So things can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart.
Well, you just got to stop hanging around Dirk, and then you'll have things done. That's it.
Yeah. It's a question of I didn't think it was that long. Honestly, I've been sitting here looking at it. Like, I got to get back to that. And 3 years go by.
Yeah, do that at times. You get a model that's put aside, and you just procrastinate about it.
Where does the time go?
Yeah.
You know,
Only
somebody
here
has
for the
a
only
snake
here
sitting
for
on
the
their shelf.
only here for the women.
Yeah. Someone asked me to describe what the chats were like, and I said, it's like a Star Trek convention but without all the hot women.
Thanks.
Well, they would have thought.
But that's been pretty much my week, picking that thing up and painting and repainting and painting and repainting. Oh, also working on the base for it, which has got all this fun trash in it, and playing with dipping paints and things like that.
Oh, so you cut a hole in your floor and then use it, huh? That's not bad.
Pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
I like the little cat food cans. I think that's the neat touch. Well, you remember the prawns ate cat food in the movie, so that's what they're that's what they're addicted to. So I got the little cat food label.
Oh, District 9, isn't it, Lou?
Say what? Heath?
Yeah, that's from District 9, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what the character is.
Yeah, when it gets fully formed into the.
But that's pretty much me this week.
Wow, that's all.
That's it.
Hey, you got a nice haircut there, mister. You're looking a lot better than I am.
I tried to make myself presentable this morning. I gotta get up, get doing things early. That's why.
You certainly did a good job at cleaning yourself up there. You know,
myself down to the stream and beat myself on a rock.
Hey, I got something. I got some interesting news.
Okay.
The likelihood of me going to Wonderfest this year is extremely high.
Yay!
I'll tell you why later, but I want to get through it, and I'd like to. I don't know. Chat with you about that because you've been there so often.
Okay. Tell you everything you need to know.
So we'll do it at some other time whenever it's more convenient for you because you'll be gone later.
Sure.
We got more time to deal with that, of course, as time goes on. But and maybe do something on one of the broadcasts about Wonderfest.
Why not? That sounds like fun.
Absolutely. And I don't know what the schedule is, but what the Hangout schedule is right now because it's too far out. But I do want to,
Steve announced his guest this week.
Steve?
Cult TV Man. He sponsors a guest every once in a while.
Oh,
he's sponsoring Sybil Danning this year.
Don't know who that is.
You don't know who Sybil Danning is?
No.
Okay, that's your homework assignment for the week.
Sybil Danning.
Yes, statuesque actress of the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Blonde, if I remember correctly.
Star Crash, Battle Beyond the Stars actress.
You're making this stuff up, right?
No, she's about 9'10". She's huge, very tall, statuesque, beautiful woman.
Wow. Okay.
But do your homework, and then you'll be properly impressed.
Hi, Jack. Work today, and it's been really busy so far. Don't know how much I'll get to watch. Just want to say hi to the guys. Hi, guys. George is saying hello on the live chat. Hi, George. Everybody say hi, George.
Hi, George.
Hi, George.
Dave's victory diorama looks great, by the way. Oh, okay, that's what we're going to talk about next. I mean, he's been taking a bit of limelight lately between the victory and this car. He posts his car twice. It's like, yeah, we know, we got it. Show us the victory. You know what? That victory turned out not what I expected it to be. You said stormy, but you didn't mean stormy. I mean, it's stormy.
Light in it.
No, it's like really over the top. awesome, is what I'm saying. It's not like a little summer spring shower. It's more like a hurricane type of stormy.
Yeah.
Really
I'm just
cool.
getting high at the minute off the fumes. I've just poured resin all over it. So I keep going
geez.
and forwards to make sure I've got it covered. But, yeah.
And also in the more furniture making.
Yeah, I seem to be moving over to that now, don't I?
Yeah, you need to build another man cave next to that one so that you can do that.
Well, joking aside, it looks like I'm going to have to do that eventually. I'm going to have to do what Lou did and just put an extension on this.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I got me the Shelby's finished. Over here. So at least that's one down.
Yes.
Are nice.
It's my favorite. Shelby's and Mustangs. So that's my favorites.
Yeah, I didn't like the rectangle lights, so I just took these out of, I think it was a rally kit.
Yeah.
And put the round headlights on. I thought it looked better.
Oh.
So,
Blue version available.
We've got that done.
No, you're getting a workout.
You're exercising.
Winters are in on the big general now. So that's ready to get put together. But yeah, I'm just waiting for my FX board now for the victory. And then that'll be done, I think.
I guess you got firing cannons?
No, it's too small, though. I mean, the cannons are like minute. I suppose if you got some like aluminium rod and replaced them all, I suppose you could do it that way. But you see, before it was only supposed to be on a base.
Yeah,
it was never supposed to be this.
But you got to have a sky behind it, right?
That's laid plans and all that.
Well, I technically finished it a few months ago when it was on the stand. It was done, and then I thought, well, it looks a bit boring.
Now, is that background, is that printed or was that painted by hand?
Oh no, I can't take credit for that one. I think it was painted in 1870 something. No, I ripped it off Google. I went down to Max Spielman and got it blown up to A3 size. It's the second picture I've gone through because I keep getting paint all over it and ruining it. And I've done it a little bit on this one, but I'm just pretending I can't see it.
Now, see, that's what you need to have the lighted scrim behind it so that you can do the thunder and the lightning and on through the clouds and all that.
I see great minds, Lou. That's exactly what I'm doing. I've mounted the picture on some clear acrylic.
Right.
So the lightning is going to start in the clouds, very faint, and then I'm going to have it above, maybe 2 strips. But I just want them offset. I don't want to just both flash at the same time. I want it to shimmer. Hopefully that'll light up all the water in the ship and all that good stuff. And he says that the thunder is going to be straight from hell. So I'm expecting big noise.
Until the first time the speaker blows the ship over.
Well, when it's all together, I want all the glass to be vibrating and all sorts. But yeah, I finished painting it yesterday. I just done the resin now. I'm getting high. I can feel going lightheaded. I'm going to have to open a door in a minute. But I think that's me.
That's pretty quick there, mister. How quick do you get the episodes of The Walking Dead? Can I talk about it to you?
We get it on Monday.
Okay. Oh, what I mean is, it's not like a month delay or anything, is it?
The next day.
I think it's just next day.
Next day. Oh, okay. Well, I have them DVR'd, so I'm about 2 or 3 weeks behind. But I seen the return of it from its hiatus for the holidays. the episode with Carl dying, I thought that was just. I actually cried. I wept. They did that episode with great class, and yeah, the kid's got to be really proud that the writers were so good to him, and in the sense that they made a character which would. I think he turned out to be the most interesting and probably one of the best characters of the whole series. Did you? Is it you or is it me that I'm not remembering right? But I remember. Oh, about 2 or 3 years ago, somebody put up a Walking Dead diorama. Was that you?
No, it's not me.
Might have been Dirk.
No.
I think he did something with The Walking Dead, or
Was it?
It
the
was basically the model had what's his name? Like the poster you have there behind you.
The sheriff?
I think I know what you mean though. It's got Rick Grimes, but it's
They came out with a bunch of diorama kits for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
is it
really?
the comic?
Walking Dead.
Well, no, it's Rick in that stance outside of a RV, and he's aiming towards some Walking Dead.
that was like a Lego based thing that was built up, but the external was all like smooth. It was properly finished outside. You weren't left with.
They were like a McFarlane kit.
Yeah, and I think
diorama kits.
then painted it up again or something, or repainted it.
Oh.
I don't know why, but I keep thinking of Dirk for some reason. But
HBI guy workshop did them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like a McFarlane kids. I think they were McFarlane toys.
Yeah, it's been a long while.
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I thought I froze up there. Oh, that's why, because I pushed on my my live chat here.
Yeah.
I thought it was you.
Froze, but yeah.
I thought it was you that did that there, Dave. So sorry.
I'd like to do that. It would be pretty good. That.
I got to admit, I'm getting a little tired of the shows. I think my follow is maybe 5-6 years, and then I get bored with it, and I don't want to watch it anymore. But it's such a compelling story, even still. So,
yeah.
Especially the dream sequences during that episode. That was Carl's idyllic view of the future, and I thought that was very interesting. And yeah, it was good, and I thought maybe you did the diorama. That's why I brought it up, because you have that poster. Just sparked it. Anyhow, moving forward, how you doing there, Jim?
I'm doing fine there, Jack. Still waiting for my darn boards from China. Yeah, they're on a slow boat somewhere in the Pacific, I think. So I started work on my pivot mount this week, and I've got the pivot built. So did all the brass construction.
That's soldered.
That's soldered, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
that's awesome.
Now that's hooked up to a
that's going to hook up to a servo.
Servo, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and this is going to be the preliminary base that will be mounted inside the shadow box, but everything's going to be mounted on here. I've got to do a cutout in one corner here for the servo, so I can drop the servo down lower.
Mm-hmm.
And it's open on the bottom, so I can put the electronics in the bottom. So then this whole assembly will go inside the shadow box. So now I got this part built. I got to figure out my angles and then get my ship drill to mount it. So it's coming along. One tool.
It's not going to be that tall, is it? Your post?
No. I just haven't cut it down to. Okay. I've got to figure out what exactly my height is yet and cut it back. I was more interested in getting the base built and getting the control horn mounted.
Well, plus it gives you more to hang on to while you're working.
Yeah. It's probably only going to be about that much.
Okay. So you don't need to build a whole China hutch for it, like some people.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a shadow box very similar to the one I built for my my Star Trek diorama.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty well identical size. One tool I find very helpful in doing this kind of work and also putting controls and that on things do you know what a step drill is?
Yes.
And I love these things. I've got them in about 3 different sizes, and I find them really good for that purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You get really fine. They're all in basically standard sizes, so without changing a bunch of drills,
right,
you get this one tool and you just step down until you get to the size that you want. And to me, they cut cleaner than a normal drill does.
It's also easier to make consistent depths because you know how many steps in you're going.
Yeah, and they're marked off too.
Yeah,
labeled on the inside. It's like this one goes in 1/32 steps. So, but I have.
Now they make different ones for wood and metal and.
These ones are good for wood and metal.
Okay.
But I have.
I find it most likely to crack the plexiglass when I use one of those as opposed to a regular drill bit.
Yeah, if I have a couple other different sizes.
Mm-hmm.
But I find them really, really handy and convenient. So that's about all I've got going on. Other than last week, I had to go and I dropped my headset one too many times and had to go purchase a new headset.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't squeeze your head like the other one does.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably not American made because, you know, that deficit between U.S. and Canada is horrible.
I'm not sure where these are made.
Yeah, well, probably, you know, China. Where else would it?
Well, they're all made in China, but I don't know. I don't know what the parent company is for HyperX. I don't know.
We just make the assumptions from China.
Or we design the stuff and then get it all manufactured.
So you got your headphones, but you can't get your boards. Hey, you know what? I got all my stuff from China.
Hey, you know, if they can get put the board inside the headphones and order another one.
Yeah.
Seriously, got that quick enough. No, I got all these LEDs. I talked to you about the 2-colored LED that has 2 legs, which is like if you reverse polarity on this LED, it's a different color. It's very interesting. And then I got, slew of switches. I got so many switches. I bought like 20 of like 3 or 4 different kinds of switches, but they're all this button switches.
Yeah, I had to do that, Jack. I had to make an order from Radio Shack, and I just said, give me all the switches. So I won't make one order for like a year's worth of switches.
Well, I got more switches than I could shake a stick at. So if you ever need one of these, let's see. They're like this. This one actually has an LED in it. It's blue, and then I got ones look just like this, but the whole switch is lit up, and that comes in red, blue, yellow, red, and then there's switches just like this, but has no LED. It's just a plain black, rocker switch.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of those. Yeah, I mean, if you're wanting anything like that, there, Jim, sure, I can send it just like the LEDs I'm sending over to Randall.
Yeah. Well, the only switch I got. The only switch that's going to be on it is an on-off switch, which I've got, and a push button momentary. switch to give a signal to the board. That's the only two switches really on the outside.
Yeah. My Falcon's going to have two switches, one for the engines and the other for the rest of the craft. And I got and this is interesting too. I got it's not a wall wart. It's an inline transformer. This thing is small, but I got my 2 amp.
Yeah, corded brick. Yeah,
corded brick. That's what it's called. So I don't know. I'm having luck with China, and you're not. Why is that? Did you check into it? Did you check into it?
Canada Post.
Yeah, could be Canada Post. Yeah, you never know.
They probably have a trade deficit with China.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Anyway, would that be all? Is there more?
That's all that I've got going at the present time.
You know, tomorrow we should talk about soldering things other than electronics. I think you got an idea there. So working on metals and stuff. We can talk about that, huh?
Using a torch.
Basic brass welding.
What brass? Not welding, but you know, there's aluminum brazing you can do too. Jay was saying it's relatively easy to do.
Yeah. Yeah, you can use it with a micro torch and the brazing rod. Yeah.
All right, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, Ken showed up on the live chat too, and Ken from Ken's Model Shop or Model Builds or what was it? I just all of a sudden I lost his feed here. Let's see, Ken's Model Shop. Yeah, he's also doing the. I'm going to murder this. Hanabu 2 German flying saucer.
The Hanabu.
Hanabu.
Well, they lost, so we can pronounce it any way we want to.
There you go. The German flying saucer, 72 scale from Squadron.
Yeah.
And we're still working on his Yellow Submarine. He's on the Google community, Google Plus community. And I'll tell you what, he's gone through many different steps with the sub. And I thought, oh, now he's done. No, he does something else. Oh, now he's done. But no, he just continues on surprising me anyway, and how much he can do to this build. And each time he does, it's just looking more and more fantastic. So thanks, Ken. And for his model supplies, he says he goes to HDA Model Works.
Yeah, I do sometimes too. Yeah.
Yeah, I did go there once, and I should go there again and check it out. I just took a look to see. I've just got an overview, but never looked at the website. But I think
that's where I got my my twinkle LEDs from.
Mm-hmm.
He just came out with some 0805 flickerings, and
yeah.
I saw him down in Texas too.
He's got the SMGs in the flickering now too.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. That's moving on forward. You know what? We talked behind your back there, Liam, and I heard you did a good job. I haven't seen the video yet.
Oh, I know. No one's watched it. It must have been because I was there. No, Randall hasn't watched it. No. You haven't watched it.
No, what you're saying, Liam, is Jack's saying because he's not in it, he didn't watch it.
Well, yeah, that's probably a reason. That's a reason for watching it, that he's not on it. Oh, that's perfect. Yes.
Well, I'm busy, but I looked at the analytics though. You did a phenomenal job, and since that broadcast, we gained 5 net subscribers to the channel. So
it must be. It's the personality. It's the charm.
Those are your children, Liam. You better take care of them.
No, they would just complain. It'd be something along the lines of, "Daddy, don't do that again." No, I think it went okay. It's just my usual waffling and let other people waffle. And we get there eventually. So I suppose that's what we do every episode. Anyhow. Only typical. Sorry about the timing. I didn't realize that you couldn't get your daylight savings time weekend correct. And a different one from us. That's why I'm late. So apologies.
That's okay. Okay, yours is next week, isn't it? Or is it this week?
It's
next week.
Next week. Typically, when I'm away somewhere where I could be doing with the extra sleep, I'll lose an hour. There we go. What's new? What's new? I'm all confused now. See, I'm all
discombobulated.
Yes.
This is your quality television.
I'm just admiring the typical Americans who celebrate St. Patrick's Day more than the people who live in Ireland do.
I'm the only one with the green on.
I know. Well, a little bit of green here. That'll do. That's a bit of green there. And I'm wearing my. Yeah, you say so. That's something at least. Something Irish. And I just saw Randall about 10 minutes ago in something else, a video which I won't mention at the minute. Might put it up later on. We'll say. He volunteered to speak on something which I think probably maybe was a regret afterwards.
Yeah. Well,
happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. First thing.
I was told it would be out on Facebook, so.
There you go. So, I'll reveal it later on, perhaps when all the chat's finished. We'll see how it goes. Work continues on the Enterprise.
Surprise!
Yeah, surprise! But it is a lot more near finishing stage. So, final paint's done. Masking's in progress for the highlight pieces. All of the wiring's all done. Very happy with the way things have gone. A few issues. There's a seam line which keeps appearing here.
Yeah.
But the stress.
Yeah. I've ended up doing it with super glue twice, which seems to be working. And same along the nacelles, but you probably won't see it on the video. But it's gone enough that I am happy. So. And my client, who this is for, doesn't want it weathered. He wants it pristine, which pleases me no end.
Yeah.
Because I think it's terrible when you see the state of some of the versions of the Enterprise. So.
Those are just Star Wars fans building a Star Trek model. That's all it is.
That's what it is. So the next time we're here is 2 weeks from today, which is Easter. That's Easter, yeah. Easter Saturday. Yeah. So I promised it to him for the end. So fingers crossed. I was also working on. Suppose this is sort of count as a St. Patrick's Day thing. Going by the colours. So the final version of this.
Of the base.
Base. So it was Randall's idea to go for. It's actually the shirt colour from the series. I know it looks green, but when you see the actual TOS shirts, they are green.
Yeah.
Just the way the lighting ends up changing it. So it's a sort of St. Patrick's Day.
It's a good Kirk color.
Yeah. So that's the base he will have. I have to fit the switch and put the sound or the FX board in, but that's fairly fairly straightforward. Let me just stretch across without dropping it. And thanks to Mr. Scott of Port Stewart for pointing something out last night. I was in a hangout, and I'm glad I hadn't proceeded with part of what I was doing. The one thing lets that kit down is the where are they? I'll show you what I mean. Revell did some good things with it, but there's other things which are totally wrong. There are I don't know what the correct intercoolers or something would it be on the nacelles that are on the back.
Yeah.
Of the ship. The problem is they are
paper thin.
Yeah. Paper thin and flat, which is completely wrong.
Yeah.
And Randall, chatting to Randall last night, and he mentioned that the AMT kit, the old antique kit, from
antique kit.
The intercoolers on that are actually correct. And strangely enough, even though it's supposed to be a different scale,
they're the same. Yeah.
They are identical.
Yeah, they're the correct size for it.
And the difference is they're not flat.
Yeah,
they're not flat.
I had that kit, that old AMT kit, which I got in a batch of when I bought models from someone, and he threw in a lot of stuff that had already been sort of part built and started, but they hadn't been fitted. So that'll improve the look of the thing no end, because it's just weird why they did those.
Getting rid of all those grid lines is the first.
I kind of half remembered that there was a conversion detail set years ago to convert the old 18-inch ANT kit to one of the two pilot versions. and it was mentioned that the detailing set would actually fit the new Revell kit, even though they're supposed to be different scales. And then somewhere along the line, it was the intercoolers were mentioned were the proper size on the original kit. So
makes you wonder about their scaling, doesn't it?
Old noggin still works occasionally.
not just a pretty face.
It was fortuitous because I was planning to fit those last night, and lucky I spoke to Randall before I did it, so that's why I grabbed those out of the kit and I primered. They've been primered, they'll be painted later on. Hopefully, get that side of it done. One other thing, the Hangout, when we talked about Wildhouse models and their little effects boards,
right?
I got this in the post.
Well, somebody's getting their boards, Jack.
Yeah. Which is, as you can see, it says
X-Wing.
X-Wing. You can see. Oh, come on, focus. Pull
it back a little bit.
No, well. It seems to see the background and get confused, Lou. That's what the problem is. Come on, focus on the go. Be good. There you go. Okay, that's better. But
YouTube refrain. Focus.
I know everyone. That's all you ever hear is the constant. But basically, you can see how small it is.
Yeah.
The program chip is in the center there. All the connectors are all screw terminal connectors. This is pre-programmed. I'd hoped to have it wired up for today, but again, life gets in the way. All the it's pre-programmed for the X-Wing, so you have cockpit lights, you have R2D2, you have the engines which flicker, and there's different. If you push the button, the engines increase or decrease in power. There's the blaster cannons are there too, and there's a damage option. So a little, oh shit, I've got shot in the wing and there's something exploding, whatever, or behind R2 you get something, whatever you want to fit. But nice little board. Hopefully I get a chance to try it for the next Hangout, get it wired up even as a demo. But that's for my next project, the X-Wing. And they're working on different programs for different ships. And if you have something specific in mind, just contact Bernie or Neil and they'll sort it out for you. I think it was £30, £50p. So very reasonable. Now, it doesn't come with any LEDs, but it comes with a very well written instruction sheet. So you can buy your own LEDs and your own wiring and so on and do it that way. But I'm looking forward to having to go with it and seeing how it works out. And it works with a range of power as well. It doesn't just limit it to 9. It's from I think it's 5 to 12 or something.
Yeah.
And it seems to have no problem driving a lot of LEDs, which is the problem with most of the little Arduino boards. But that's in my next project once I get the Enterprise out of the way. No more excitement apart from that, Jack. I think it's been busy, but not anything to write home about.
Did you think about your real space build yet?
I have the lunar module. And if I do build it, there's no lights, there's no detailing. It's going to be a straight build. The only thing I may do is I may do the base differently, because the base that it comes with is just one of those typically awful impressions of the moon.
Yeah.
We'll see what we'll do. But it's not a perfect kit. It's not the most accurate kit in the world. But again, rather than get bogged down, which is, Randall's like myself, we start adding too much detail and then spend weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks more than we should. So instead of just getting it, and I need to build something that's going to be a quick build. I have a Bandai X-Wing 1/72 scale, which I may build first before I build the main one. This one up here. For the person it's for has been very patient. He knows it'll be the end of the year probably before he gets it. But I may do the Bandai just as an in between. And then the only other thing about the X-Wing was Toys R Us. Our local Toys R Us has been closing long before any of the other closure announcements, and I managed to get a hold of. Well, it's the guy from the new X-Wing pilot. What's his name? Yes, it's him, but he shall become Luke Skywalker. So and it's more accurate. The one that comes with the kit is awful. There's no detail in it at all. And it's the wrong scale. He will have to donate his legs to science research, however, because he won't fit in the kit otherwise. So we'll see how that goes. But that was fortuitous. That was 70% off in the sale. They were basically clearing everything out. So wasn't much else worth buying. No, or Star Wars kits or anything like that. Just all crazy perambulators and kids' beds and so on. But that was a fortuitous thing. But I think that's me.
All right. Yeah, Mark couldn't join us on the camera because it says his camera's not working. And Dirk stopped by. We all said hello. He didn't say anything else. Ken asked, what scale is that Enterprise?
Oh.
600.
Well, you know what? He's probably the only retiree that I know that looks hectic. It's that one. Oh, that's going to be my.
According to the box art,
I think it's 500.
600.
600.
It says. Where is it? It says 1600. Yep. So it's Revell 04880. These are about 20 pounds on Amazon UK. So it's a very good value.
So now Dirk is going crazy saying hi. La 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 la. Hi. Ken says he has that kit. Listen to me. He has that kit too. So yeah, I have that kit as well. So whenever I get around to it, I'm going to. I'd like to make that kit a steampunk build. That should be fun.
Yeah, that kit screams out for kit bashing.
Oh yeah, that particular kit, absolutely.
Yeah, because of the grid lines and everything.
Yeah. Well,
when I made my
I see no grid lines.
Yeah, you did an excellent job there. When I built my Enterprise transformer, I used that kit. Because it was easy to cut along the grid lines and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the reason I'm using it as a steampunk build, because it's so incredibly panel line.
Yeah, I just don't get where they were coming from. It makes no sense whatsoever. But...
Well, they didn't want to get confused with any of the good-looking Enterprises.
Yeah.
Ooh, nasty. There we go. Oh, you mean like the AMT one? Yeah.
Did I say that? I'm sorry.
Oh, the ancient kit. The ancient kit is actually a fun kit to build. Actually,
and it does have. I think perhaps they were channeling it. No, the difference is it has grid lines, but they are
raised
grid lines. That shows the age of the kit. Yeah, well, yes, true. Yeah, sand down rather than fill up. There we go. But it's funny if that it's the fact that those intercoolers work when you put the two saucers beside one another. I don't know. Hold on, I do not want to damage this, but
yeah, you don't sand those down. You putty the rest of the saucer to bring it up. To
totally. Yes. Well, this I don't know how much this will show up. There is,
it's smaller.
Yeah, T1 is smaller, so
it's 650.
And look at the A and B decks too.
Difference. Yeah, so it's always. I mean, and then the bottom as well is quite different on. I don't know if that's showing up, but again.
However, the AMT kit is canon
because it has appeared on screen. Yes.
Yeah.
It is the Constellation.
Yep. Handy that the AMT brought the kit out just in time for season 2.
Yeah.
But that was someone else had felt that. He's done a reasonable job of part of it. I don't know who he was, but it's in bits in the box, so it's always an option for the future. Can I continue eating my cookie?
Oh, sure.
Now we have to ask
How have you been there, Liam? Really? How have you been? Moving on. How you doing there, Randall?
Not too bad, Jack. Excuse me. Perfect, actually a bit of a cold, but other than that, I'm fine. I've had quite a bit of hiatus from modeling. In fact, I was starting to get a bit twitchy because I couldn't get anywhere near plastic.
Oh, yellow.
Yeah. Or yellow, yeah. Or yellow makes me twitchy. I was quite safe from that. But anyway, before I went I was maybe drag kicking and screaming onto a holiday. Have made a little bit of progress with the Falcon. Got it put together. The antenna's only temporarily there, just so I don't lose it. And starting to get the thing wired up.
Nice.
I was kind of stumped for the base because I wanted to use one of these button battery holders, but as you can see,
it's bigger than the base.
Way too big for the base. So
you'd have to put a sub base on it. But that, yeah.
I was in a store we have called The Range. It's kind of like your Michaels with art supplies and stuff like that.
Yep.
And came across one of these little things.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, those little the wood boxes
stuff.
Yeah.
Like for homemade jewelry boxes or whatever.
Yeah.
And just unscrew the lid. And voila, instant base. All I have to do is just clean it up.
Yep.
You know, sand down, prime it, etc., etc. And tons of room for any electronics.
Ah.
And it's a twofer because you can get the bottom as well, and you can turn that into a base for something else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You get a nice little hinge and a magnet.
Yeah, and they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. You get bigger ones,
square ones.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta go get something like that too. Now that you're saying,
there's another nice one they do that's hexagonal shape, but it's like it's quite large. It's about about that size, but
yeah,
here it can be used for something, and they only cost about.
Yeah, they aren't expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. So after being away on the holiday, I had to get building something, and I got this. Somebody bought me this this here. It's just artwork from a Airfix starter kit.
Yeah.
Comes with these, the paintbrush and the little pots of paint, which they think will actually cover the thing. You have to admire their optimism.
Mm-hmm.
And I got stuck into it almost as soon as I got back home, and I've got as far as almost
the cockpit.
I was working on the seats last night when I was chatting to Liam, and I replaced the ejection seat firing handles with little bits of painted wire just on the head box there. I can get it to focus properly. Focus. Again. I give up. Anyway, 2 strands of copper wire, one painted black, and the other painted yellow.
Don't twitch on us. Don't twitch on us.
Just when the paint dries, just put them in a pin vise and spin them up, and they just twine together, and you get the yellow and black cord for the ejection seat handle. I have to take the seats out because back to the cockpit again. The instrument panel is just a decal. Sorry, I'll say that again. The instrument panel is just a decal.
Thought you hit the ejector handle there.
Yeah. Not a bad wee kit. Needs a bit of nose weight to keep the nose down. So
okay.
Like squashed air gun pellets serve that purpose, and that's that for my real space modeling project. Can't show the box because it's full of junk at the minute, but
yes.
Apollo Soyuz, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be a nice little display piece.
The usual Dragon kit plans, which bear very little resemblance to the actual kit you're building. The Apollo spacecraft is usual polished iron, not badly detailed. So it's missing a couple of things like the Sunseeker and sextant pieces in the back of the capsule.
Yeah.
An easy wee scratch build. And the Soyuz and the docking module actually comes in this like
made of wood,
vinyl material.
Mm.
They probably had two kits that they combined.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, it looks like they combined two kits
Quite
together.
likely, yeah, two kits combined. But it's interesting though that the stand attaches to the command and service module, the Apollo spacecraft, which is made of the lighter polished iron, which then in turn has to support the vinyl kit. The vinyl part. So I think
you need to put rod through it. Yeah,
you would have to, like, normally that would have been the angle it would have been held at, but I'm going to have to sort of bend it so it's almost vertical, just to get the balance right. But it'll be a fun little kit to do.
Yeah.
The weird idea of the solar panels. And the Soyuz, they provide these things for the
for
the solar panels, but yeah, I'll be using some. I'll be just painting them.
Yeah,
disco.
I think maybe metallic blue or something like that, or something. But anyway, that's all I got.
That's all you got. Boy, everybody's, you did a lot for coming back from a cruise. So caught a cold, you did some modeling and displaying a card so proudly. Thank you. So let's do it this way. I was going to put this in or between introducing you guys. I got the new community covers up. This is for the Google Plus community. This is Adam Weinstein and his Bentley race car. The one thing I like about this, there's no snow in the background. In fact, it's green.
Yeah.
I think he lives in Florida because he has another picture of this. He has a series of pictures on this that it looks like I think he might be in Florida. But long and short of it, this build is amazing. Absolutely clean and to the point. And I just wonder how long it takes somebody to do something like this. This is just awesome.
I can't do it.
You can't do?
I can't do things that clean. That's just amazing. It shows my ignorance as to how does he steer.
Well, these cars don't have very much of a steering radius. I mean,
they must not.
They really don't. They're not. They're only designed to go around a racetrack, so they only. I think some of them might even steer in one direction. They don't even steer in both directions.
There's not much turning radius for those tires.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, something like this, even if it's just a couple centimeters, it does steer it in a. Because the car is so gripped to the pavement that it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen them pull into the what do you call it? I'm going to say cockpit, but that's not right.
You mean the pits?
The pits, yeah. Well, the pits, yeah. So I picked this one because of it's just so clean. It's just so wonderfully done, and I haven't had a race car like this as a community cover, and. For the Facebook community, something a little simpler but equally as stunning, another car. I just love the simplicity of this build, and I like the fact that there's no lint on the windshield when he took the picture. It's clean. I don't know. I saw this and I was just bowled over on how well done it is, and it looks like he's got some customizing in the wheel rims too. So that's a Chevy Nova, is it not? Yeah, I have one of those.
Yep.
Yeah, I got one of those. Mine's green.
Yeah, Nova Super Sport. Yeah.
Yeah, I got one, but it's green. But he did a really good job. And another thing too I like about this is the windshield wiper looks very separate, because they usually mold the windshield wipers onto the body, and it just kind of like makes it look chintzy. But whether he put this on or part of the kit, if he put it on, wow, kudos. And this was done by Gene Fajlier. I guess that's how you pronounce his last name. But there's just so much into this build that I really like. There have been fancier builds on the Facebook community, which are really drop dead awesome. But the simplicity of this is what got me. I just loved it. So that's the community cover for the Facebook community. For me, I've been putzing around on my workbench here, and I shared pictures of my stand. I'm pretty proud of. This is for the 1,000 scale. You know what? I don't need that light anymore. It's pretty well daylight outside. Let me shut this off. And I used epoxy putty to create something that supports this rod, and I sanded it down, and I'm gonna call it done. A little rough, but the epoxy putty really did cooperate. And what I found that was useful is that when I use this, I use a lot of epoxy putty to bases and to the model itself, inside the model, to hold these things. And these things are rigid. These are really difficult to crack or even separate from the plastic that it's on. But it gets all over your fingers, and it takes forever to wear off. So when I did this, being cognizant of that, I dampened my fingers with water. Mm-hmm. and formed it, and the epoxy doesn't stick to your fingers.
You don't leave fingerprints in it either?
No, it doesn't. You can actually smooth it down relatively well, and then sanding it is a female dog. I'll tell you, it's different. It takes off so little, and I found wet sanding works better, of course, than dry sanding. But when it is sanded, it's ultra smooth and hard, and it looks great. I have to say this has been quite an experience. Okay, who's doing that?
Jamie.
Jamie.
The one and only.
Oh, link is on the communities. I can't link people up anymore. So that's why I posted on the communities, because I can't invite anymore. It's just, I don't know, Google. And what I did kind of like try. This is the snap kit, and everybody likes this angle. There have been people say they like the angle. I think it's a very bold way of displaying this little model. But once you put the saucer on it, it tilts forward. So this needs a sub base too. So thanks, Randall, for that. I think I will keep an eye out and maybe see if that would work for me, because I'm also working on the electronics for it. Here, how's this? Of course, I showed this off a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to do one more generation of this circuit because I'm even thinking of maybe buying what you have there, Randall, and getting like plexiglass or an acrylic sheet, and then using a heat gun to bend it and form it form across the top of the box, and then I have like a clear base, and I'll have like I don't know, 4 or 5 9-volt batteries in parallel, to power this, and reason so many is that well, it has a longer life if you do multiple batteries and in parallel. And they'll be run on 9 volts. So I am going to be lighting this, and I'm doing a pretty good job of it. Been spending the whole week doing a couple of windows a night because I don't know, windows are just not interesting.
Are you doing square windows or oblong windows in such a tiny scale, or are you just?
Maybe I can get a nice close, close enough so you can see it.
Uh-huh. It looks amazing.
It takes a little bit of. This plastic is so soft. It is so incredibly soft. And for the underside of the saucer, all I did was I took where's my pin vise? Basically, kind of kept scratching, and created a gouge. Mm-hmm. And then eventually, this is pretty thick too, for being so, well, it's thick because it's pretty soft, a plastic. It's a snap kit. And it has to have some give, some bend to it. And eventually you'll get near the bottom and you use the trusty hobby knife to slowly shave out and carve out the opening. So I found that not all model kit plastic is the same. They're most certainly not. They're formulated differently. This happens to be softer, maybe like a car body. A car body is pretty soft because it does have some give to it, because you got to like spread the bottom side apart so you can fit it over the chassis, and it's a real pain in the butt. But once it snaps on, it like you don't even have to glue it on. It holds on rather well. But the rest of the rest of a car kit seems to be more rigid of plastic. I don't even think they're even molded from the same plastic. So I'm just learning a lot just by doing things like this, just tinkering around with stuff and how things that you can do, change your technique, change your methods, and get a few things done. I have no more excuses. I am going to work this weekend on the base of the Millennium Falcon. I'm going to future it so that I can put decals on it and then weather it, and that's all I need to do is just finish it all up. I got everything. I showed you my brick transformer for the 9 volts to 2 amps, because the engines take a lot of power. It takes an amp by itself. The engines do. So that's what I'm really got to get some things done. And also, if you know me any better, I've talked about it. I brought it up in the past. Oh, I gotta go, guys, because gotta go work on a house. The house is no more. The closing is on the 30th of this month, and it was listed, but the sign was never put on the lawn. It sold in 2 days.
That's the way I got to go.
And the best part about it, it was sold in cash. So so the closing's real quick. I mean, this happened maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. What's the number for IRS again?
Trust me, I'm going to get a 1099 for sure for the 2018, but certainly that is the Lou's not around, but that's one of the reasons why I feel that I can go to Wonderfest this year.
Excellent. And we'll expect a live report or video or photographs or a comment.
That's what I want to talk to. That's what I want to talk to Lou about. Maybe do something that would be between the two of us. I think we can put together a video that would be of interest. Because I think, like he said, I mean, you're there to be there, not there to be the reporter. But I probably would be that reporter. It's being around people is interesting. My thing around people is interesting. If I'm in a big crowd, I kind of fade away into the walls. if it's a big crowd. If it's a smaller crowd, then I stand out more. I've noticed that about myself. But certainly, I would want to be able to do something that would, but just talk to people. Just talk to people like I talk to you guys. And as I was just looking earlier as to see how the Hangouts line up with that weekend, and it's on and off weekend. So this would be something extra. I wouldn't be broadcasting from there, which I'm kind of thankful for, because doing a live broadcast is what would really pin you down and not really enjoy the event.
And it also gives you the ability to edit your film and put it together properly.
Right, exactly right. So I want to talk to Lou to see how to approach that.
Trying to do live from the floor is tough anyway.
What's that?
Trying to go live from the floor of the show is always tough.
It is. We were just at a home show. Actually, the day the real estate agent saw the house, we went to a home show. Matt's wanting to put a deck on this house, so we were looking for ideas and contractors. And one of the local radio stations, KDKA, world famous KDKA, was broadcasting live from there, and I got to admit, it looked very boring. Because that's the kind of thing it would be. It would be pretty boring.
Yeah.
But certainly editing would be something. And you can just, pop in people's face and ask if they want to want to talk on camera. And it's less awkward if it's not live.
Ask for a press pass, Jack.
Ask for a press pass. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I can do that.
Yes, you're representing a large group of modelers, and you're obviously public. You'll give them advertising and so on. A brass neck gets you anywhere. I know.
Sure.
I know. With our Star Trek events in the UK, there's one of my friends, and I would not have the cheek that he has, but every time he does interviews, he talks to the stars. He gets in there because of a press pass. So,
well. Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose so. I do want to talk to I want to talk to the modelers. I want to talk to not really people so much to putting on the show, but the people who are the show. Because that's the whole.
Yeah.
Mobius
Mobius
or Pegasus attended, don't they?
I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. I think you're. Don't hide your. Self under a bushel. Go for it. Seriously.
All they can say is no.
Yep. And then ban you from getting
in. Do
it. When is it? What weekend is it?
It's the first weekend in June. I think it's like June 1st and 2nd or 3rd or something like that. It's
still loads of time. So I would.
Yeah. Well, certainly, I've been threatening to do this for at least 2 or 3 years now, and finally, it looks like it just might happen. And I have to get accessories for my camera and be able to do this. But anyway, long and short of it, that's also too. I'm already, itching to order my 3D printer. And produce and print the data lists that I created last year. I'm really excited about that prospect of happening, and make some changes in this room to accommodate such an endeavor, because now I can live up to my name, the nickname I gave myself.
Mm-hmm.
And add things and maybe do scratch kits as well as things for a kit, because quite frankly, that whole experience of doing the engine burners on the Millennium Falcon gave me so many ideas and how to approach it and make a white light with a blue hint, and there's ways of doing it, because some people just do it flat out blue. I haven't seen anybody do it flat out white, but most people have just done it out of blue because blue is a it's a color that stands out instead of white light from an LED. But anyway, yeah. What's that?
Mine will be flat out white because it's the only color LED I can squeeze in there.
Oh, sure. Well, sure. So and start building dioramas and giving Dave a little bit of run for his. I can't match his spectacular eye. I just can't. He makes his dioramas are just spectacles and just so fun to look at. But I just hope I can get near your expertise, mister. And 3D printing is going to help me along with this. Because my real space build is going to turn out to be a Star Trek diorama eventually. Doing the Voyager probe for my real space. And also, too, I'll probably share this tomorrow. A website or at least a YouTube channel that I come across that I think will be of interest. But anyway, that's me, and I see that Jamie stopped by. Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jack. Sorry I'm coming to you from my phone. My hard drive bit the dust. It's had a failure on me, so I'm waiting for a new hard drive to come, so that's why I'm using my phone. On the modelling front, I've been working on the Reliant. It's nearly finished, but I'll give you a look. Here she is.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
So, there she is.
Oh my God, that's really good. That's all decals.
Yep, it's the D-scale set. There you
go. Looking good.
I've put an added bit of touch in the ending bit. I don't think you can see that though.
And no wiring or lighting involved, and you're a happy man.
Yeah, you could say. Give me a sec. But I did try to. I'm just trying to get this to focus in.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a better wide screen is better than the tall screen. Really cool. Why didn't you light it?
I was kind of put off, Jack, with the Enterprise. It knocked me for a 6, having all that work done on it, and then for it to be working and turn it on, it doesn't work. It took me off a little bit, but I went back to do what I do best, and I just build a bloody model, and put no lights in it. But I am going back to doing the lighting. I've managed to grab another Enterprise. One of the modelers was selling it to me, so I've got this one.
Gee, you did the refit, and it almost went through effortlessly, and then the TOS is being the problem child here for you. Yeah, I want another one of those.
I've got another one, so I've just got to get the lighting kit for it. But third time lucky, Jack. There it goes.
I would talk to Bernie about lighting. Try and stick someone UK if you can, Jamie. I don't know if you saw. I was showing the little board earlier on that they're doing. It's not for. It's not primarily for, but he says it'll do a lot of things more than if you just ask for the programming, anything you want. But if you want to go all singing, all dancing remote, still talk to Bernie. He knows what he said. That's who Carmen learned all his techniques from. But Carmen's just down the road from Bernie and Bristol.
Yeah,
Bristol.
It was. I don't think it was anything I did wrong. It worked. Everything worked on it, apart from the 2 flashes at the back. They just didn't work.
Yeah.
But the remote worked, and it just suddenly stopped. So, it does knock your confidence a bit when something like that happens. But
and the boards were internal. The boards were internal too, weren't they? Yeah. No, I don't
know. I mean, I had to have the boards. I had to have the boards repaired once because, unbeknown to me, the slightest little small extra charge into the remote control board would blow some of the other boards. So I had to have those repaired and sent back to me. But what's gone wrong with them, I don't know. But it is what it is. But on the plus side, I managed to sell the Enterprise as it was, as a static model. So somebody's bought that. They're very happy with it. I explained to them that it did light, but it doesn't anymore. But they, yeah, I mean, overall, it was still a good ship. You know, it still looked all right.
Oh yeah.
Apart from the lights didn't work. So somebody's got a static unlit Enterprise in their home at the moment. Apart from that, Jack, that's all I've done so far.
Oh, okay. Phil stopped by. He didn't come online, but he stopped by on the chat. And thanks for the compliments about the windows, Ken and Phil. And or George. George also, thank you. I mean, that's all I do. I've been cutting windows since got back into modeling. How many years ago? And who was it? Phil all said that you can do the Pioneer probe with the Klingon bird of prey from that movie we don't talk about. Sounds like he's talking about the relatives he keeps under his basement steps.
Panda in the background.
And Dirk said to you there, Jamie, sweet looking Reliant build. It was very impressive. He said it was impressive. It is. So, yeah.
Courses have arrived for the General Lee.
Kathleen Bach, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I don't look like that anymore.
Do any of us?
Actually, Catherine Bach still looks good for her age. She's holding it together pretty well. I just seen Bob Saget on one of the channels on YouTube. God, he doesn't even look like he did on Full House. He looks completely different. But yeah, I seen that latest picture of Catherine Bach. She's holding it together pretty good. It just seems like the guy's good. Get a pot, just like I am. Anyway, that's it, Jamie. Nothing else.
No, unfortunately, Jack, that's all I've been doing at the moment. I'm just going to get the money together for the new lighting kit for the Enterprise, and as soon as I've got that, I've got that commission sub to build, and then I'm going to go back to doing the Enterprise again. Hopefully.
Is Neil and Bernie going to do a board for that?
Say again.
That goes to Liam.
They'll do any board. They'll do a lighting for anything anyone asks. They've got they have a spreadsheet which they've given to me, which has a whole list of things on it. It really depends on demand. They will program anything you want in whatever sequence you want.
So they make it okay. They make it as you ask, and they're just going to produce it. Oh, okay.
The board's programmable. Now the only thing they can't do, obviously, is the Bassard, the collectors, the spinning. That's a separate issue, but that can be looked at. I know Big Easy Modeling Solutions, the other people who I got my board from in Texas, Paul Yasman, they've brought out a new board, $55, which includes the spinning Bassard collectors and everything in it. It's amazing for the price. If you just look at Big Easy Modeling Solutions, have a look at their website. You'd be surprised what they're doing as well. And you can go from a basic board up to all singing, all dancing, lasers, torpedoes, you name it. Everything's there. Similar idea to Ralph at Tenor Controls, but just a slightly different way of doing it.
Okay. Yeah, Kent said Voodoo FX does it too. They do boards as well. So hi, Ken. Ken, our resident. I don't know. He's just amazing. He just comes up with these, and I don't know. I don't know what his I'd love to see his process. I like to see him work, watch him work.
But he doesn't sleep, Jack.
Oh well, it's probably true.
It's impossible. He couldn't possibly sleep and produce what he does. So.
Yeah, George. Guys age like fine wine. I'm not so sure about that. And women age like milk. I'm not sure that's true. I think guys age like beer. Beer doesn't age very well. Oh, I got beer on the mind because of today. You know, as today Americans are going to drink 10 times more Guinness than any other time during the year.
And where is the most Guinness drunk in the world?
I probably in the UK. Yeah, I'd say. No?
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Yep. It's one of the most popular drinks in Nigeria. There you go. So,
well, that's because you could serve it warm and get away with it. That's why.
Yeah. That's one of those things. People say it's nicer warm. Some people say it's nicer cold. I'm a cold man, but there you go.
Now the true confessions come out. Ken says he gets 5 to 6 hours a night. I guess he's not a vampire. So.
That's what it tells us.
That's what he tells us. Oh, okay. He's using his vampire powers to seduce us in believing that. Okay, guys, down my workshop, work on the Yellow Submarine. Great show, everyone. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Ken, for stopping. That's Ken Model Shop. He's gonna go and do something. He's gotten bored with us. Anyway, we killed an hour and a half already, so yep. I think we can call it a day, huh? What do you think?
Sure.
Oh, okay. All right. And,
we'll have to rush off and get a Guinness.
Well, you know what? I'm going to. Well, you see, I'm going to go over to the house and I'm going to put some things in a trash bag and bring back the lawnmower. So it's not really work. I just got some chores to do in relation to the house, and I am so happy to had this past couple of weeks thinking in terms of no house, 3D printing, no house. 3D printing. So that's been my good news, and I'm really excited. It's actually put a little bit of starch in my shirt, and maybe I can get some things done now without the that thing lingering in the background. You know, that elephant in the room.
Anchor over your head, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, however, whatever metaphor, cliche you want to bring up. But certainly, I hope to be more productive. In fact, I brought out some, what do you call it, magnetic tape. And I'm going to try to get the Bussards to spin on this thing. And if it all fails, I'm going to fork over $70 to
Ralph.
Yeah. Yeah, he does have spinners on this, but they're $70. It's like, holy crap. Okay. Let me make the attempt first, and then we'll get back to you. So I'm going to make an order today and get things together for that. I don't know how this became my next build. I have no idea. But I'm going to put it aside. This is going to be my during the week thing. Okay, this is going to be my during the week thing, and I'm going to work on that. Falcon and get it done. I can't wait to get it done just so that I can actually show something. But like you guys, you're working really hard. I know Jim is egging to go and waiting for China to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of sucks waiting on something like that.
Oh, for so long, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you chased them up, Jim? You've obviously presumably messaged them?
I haven't re-messaged them. It shows it's been shipped out of the thing. The problem is I should have went with more expensive shipping and got tracking, but
right. I know I had an issue, not modeling related, but cosplay related, and they made excuse after excuse after excuse. I got eBay involved, and all of a sudden they started sorting it out.
Yeah.
Because you've got the 45-day limit thing as well. If it goes over 45 days, you won't get your money back. Just be careful of that one with PayPal. If you've paid with PayPal.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes they try that one. They'll give a false tracking. They'll give a false postage thing. It happens all the time in the UK. They give you a tracking number, but it's a tracking number for someone else's purchase.
Yeah.
So it says something's been dispatched, but it doesn't say it's your item's been dispatched.
Yeah.
And it won't track. It's all sorts. Just be careful. The 45-day thing is a thing we come across here quite often with cosplay stuff, that companies will say they send something.
I've ordered from this company before, and they've
well, okay, but just it's always just it gives you that peace of mind if there is an issue. At least
Yeah.
So long as the 45 days aren't up, you can go back to PayPal and claim your money back if you haven't received the item.
Yeah.
All right, there you have it. Offering the scale modeler advice. I would not have thought of that actually, because I did have trouble with one Chinese vendor in the sense that they said they delivered it, but I didn't get it, so they resent it. They were kind enough, and did get that. Anyway, tomorrow we're going to have the Sunday Hangout. That's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about soldering some more. How about that, Jim?
Okay.
Okay. And because I did solder some, and I was surprised to see that it worked so well. Photo etch, because a lot of times you're going to have to do that too with photo etch, because they say you could use CA glue. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
Solder's always been the best with photo etch.
Yeah.
As long as it's copper, as long as it's copper-based photo etch and not that tin stuff.
Right. So yeah, they got those metal kits too. That doesn't work for that, does it?
No.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll talk about it tomorrow. I'll try to make it for the half hour if well enough, Jack. I am sorry, Phil, that things are not right with you, and I would not get that only for the wife. So he gets the 5 hours sleep a night because of his wife. Yeah, his wife might be Catherine Bachman. So, yeah, yeah, okay. So we'll see you tomorrow, and in 2 weeks we'll do another Across the Pond, and I hope you enjoyed it and make comments and subscribe and all that wonderful YouTube stuff. It was good to see you all over at the top live chat. George, thanks for stopping by. Ken from Ken's Model Shop, and Ken Skiffington also. And also Dirk stopped by too and hung out with us. And then Phil stopped in to give us a few pointers too. And Bob also made some comments there as well. So thank you over at the live chat for keeping it lively. And I want to thank, of course, who had left? Lou. Lou left early. Thanks, Lou, for stopping by, as well as Heath. And it gets probably much later in Australia right now because of our daylight coming 2 weeks before everybody else's. And also I'd like to thank Liam for stopping by. Liam, I got to say, when you took over last couple of weeks ago, that's when I was meeting with the real estate agent. Thank you for doing this show at such short notice. And
not a problem. The check is in the post.
Well, I'll give you advice instead. Don't wait for it. But I heard you did a great job. Everybody's raving about you, and I saw a little spike in viewership and members because of your participation. And I think it's good that we trade out every now and again,
You're welcome.
And we'll make it a team effort at any given point that you're so willing to do it. And also, Bob, thank you for stopping by as well. And have a great day off, and keep that phone shut off, okay? Oh, that's not so hard to do. There you go. That's what we like to see, a phone that's shut off. And we'll maybe see you tomorrow, or at least in 2 weeks. And Dave, what can I say about your victory? You were the victorious one here on that build. So very cool build. Everybody loves it. And actually, I like that better than a car. So even the car is pretty awesome, but I like that better than a car. Only because you're doing such a spectacular job. And also, Jim, thank you for stopping by and being my conscience. That's the way to say it. I tell people at work, I say, I have a Canadian friend. He's turned into my Canadian conscience. So I think through you, I can be the unwanted child of Canada. So anyway, Canada. That's what. Who was that? What's her name? Christine. She calls it Canada.
Yeah.
Well, you know how the Brits are, Jim. They drive on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah.
You drive the right side. Everybody else drives on the wrong side.
Yeah.
It's like she did a picture of herself driving, or no, she was sitting in a passenger side. She took a picture. I don't remember what the picture was about. And my comment was, "What happened to the steering wheel?" And somebody commented, "It's on the proper side." And it's like, that's such a British thing to say.
Yeah.
The proper side. And speaking of Brits, thanks, Jamie, for stopping by and coming on with your. What is that sound? Thank you. That was pretty interesting. Thanks, Jamie, for stopping by and starting another 350 kit. So, yeah, we'll see what you could do with that too. It's always a joy. And Randall stopped by too, and he had to pass out, it looks like. And this is your host, Scratch and Jack. We'll see you in 2 weeks for Across the Pond tomorrow for the Sunday Hangout. Until then, happy modeling, everyone. Good day.
Bye.